Hello and welcome back to the channel, my Triple E drivers. We are in Debe and we are heading to Brea, Chile. So we just passed Sundar Popo's statue on the left, got the corner of Debe trees, and we are heading basically north. On the left is the famous Debe doubles. Well, in the early days it was the mecca for doubles, but there are doubles all over the island now. So Debe doubles is not as popular, I would think, as before, as lots of people know the recipe and how just as well tasty doubles as here in Debe. It's interesting at Royal Castle, I put up a store opposite to Debe doubles. As you can see, we are going, this is our route from Debe to Brea. And this is the Mangfight route. We are present by the red arrow and we are going basically north, as I said. On the left is the Parvati Girls Hindu College. And that sign above just said that we have left Debe. At the junction ahead is the M2 Ring Road. On the right is Francis Supol Debe Recreation Ground. On the left is Nam Dev Kool site. Now I plan to go on M2 Ring Road a bit and we'll see how things go. It's a relatively overcast day here in Debe. But nevertheless, we are going to try to make it to Brea. Now I have sped up the video because who wants to wait at the traffic light for this long. On the distance, you can see the highway to point 410. Okay, we are tuning right into the M2 Ring Road. Some say this is the most dangerous road in Trinidad. Well, that depends on the driver, not on the road conditions. On the left, on the right, in fact, we see the Fun Splash recreation area. On the left, the Debe Secondary School. So I'm driving at the speed limit, which is 50 kilometers per hour. And anyone who overtakes me will be doing more than the designated speed limit. So let's see what happens. Somewhere on the left, coming up is Silo. There we go for this speedster. And another one. Yes, so on the left there is a sugarcane silo. It will be barely invisible on the screen, so look out for that. But here is the Debe campus, UE South campus. I dare say it has been a political football for quite a while. Hopefully they will reopen their university campus soon, and that would most likely make things a lot easier for people in the South plan, or what they're offering, what it's law or whatever other fees of study. Yes, so right now we are on the M2 Ring Road, and ahead is the Papuri Road. So we are at the Papuri Road junction. But we are going to continue on the M2 road. Straight ahead. Yeah, straight ahead. And we see how dangerous this road is. Here we go. Yes, so look out for that sugarcane silo, which will be at a near corner of the screen, I think, because at that point in time, the camera was facing more to the right. That sign we just passed there said that this area has been designated by the EMBD for sugarcane farmers. So at one time, this used to be sugarcane fields. But the sugarcane industry has been shut down in Trinidad. So M2 Road, we are on the M2 Road and we are driving at 50 kilometers per hour, which is the speed limit on this road. Yes, so look out for that sugarcane silo. It's on the left, there it is, did you see it? Hopefully you got a little glimpse of it. It's not marked or anything because, let's face it, this country is not about tourism. It's about just oil and gas. Unfortunate, but in other countries that would have been clearly marked as a tourist point, and maybe a car park around it so that people can park and have a look at it or read some info about it. Anyway, let's head on. As I said, we are driving at 15 kilometers per hour, and this is how it looks like. On the road, there's a breakthrough tire marks on the right there. It shows that someone ran off the road. I wonder what conditions of the road made him run off. Here again, I'm seeing that the road has been milled, possibly on a corner to help with vehicle junction. Unfortunately for that driver, that didn't help. Speed is always a factor on these roads. I think we are in the retrenched area now. I think I'm not too sure. Again, no signs or anything that says that it's a retrenched village or Golconda. So we push on again. The roads are milled at the corner. As you can see. Somewhere on the left, I think it's Ridgewood. Yes, that road goes to Ridgewood, I think, from Google Maps. More milling on the road. We only skip, this is where the authorities found that there were a lot of accidents. And there goes another speedster. Makes it straight already. guess it's difficult to not speed on this stretch of road, but 50 kilometers per hour is the speed limit. So straight ahead is M2 Ring Road. Unfortunately, I did not know that. And we head now into Golconda Rd. So the village on the left is called Golconda Village. And if you look further on the left, you're going to see San Fernando Hill. At the edge of the screen, you're going to see San Fernando Hill. Now this road seems to have natural speed bumps, which is called potholes. So we are passing through Golconda at the moment. San Fernando Hill is straight ahead. Near to that apartment building complex. The Golconda Presbyterian Church is on your right. And we are to the left here, the Golconda Tunnel. Our Golconda Connector Rd. Trying to get to the southern main road back to Brea. Highway is above us there. Can't be sure if it's the Solomon Woodley Highway or the other part of Yon Highway. Right, you can see San Fernando Hill. Let them clear run home on the street ahead. Well, I have to make a correction. I think here on the left is retrenched village. And we are in a spot of traffic at the moment. So let me read an extract from Wikipedia for you. From Angelo Vicessa Singh, Brea village around 1910. Brea was one of the older settlements in Trinidad, being founded in the late 1790s. It never really grew during the ensuing century because of the shift in soil, brought on by numerous veins of pitch running underneath. The old village was particularly affected, and the tilted houses of Brea became almost as great an attraction as the pitch lake itself. Brea is the hottest part of Trinidad, according to this report. This, combined with extensive mangrove swamps, made it a most unhealthy place back then. And the mortality rate, especially among European public officials and planters, was high. The old village was semi-abandoned, and a new village created higher up inland by W. Potter in 1910 was a warden of Brea and lived in a cottage astride the Brighton jetty. End of extract. So let's also go to Wikipedia. Brea is a town in southwestern Trinidad, located northeast of Point Fortin and southwest of San Fernando. Brea, Spanish for the tar or the pitch, is best known as the site of the Pitch Lake, a natural asphalt lake. Brea is situated in the mid-western peninsula. It is bounded by the Gulf of Brea on the west, Bondesi Road, and part of national mining on the north. Yes. It is bounded by the Gulf of Brea on the west, Bondesi Road, and part of the national mining on the north, by Foul Play Bridge Aripiero Village on the south, and by Union Village on the east. The villages included within these boundaries are the Union, Vesigny, Chinese Village, Aripiero, Sobo, Rosilac Village, Vance River, and Brea. It is approximately 52 kilometers square, or 20 square miles in size, and has a population of about 18,000. There are two main seasons: the dry season from January to May, and the rainy season from June to December. Brea is famous for its natural wonder of the world, the Pitch Lake, which is actually the largest of three in existence. It is located on an area of depression in the landscape, some with pools, reeds, and grayish asphalt everywhere. Asphalt is so soft in some areas that an individual can slowly sink if he or she stands on the surface for too long. Or we are just overpass, and we are going to this is what you call the South Trinidad Road. So we are on South Trinidad Road at the moment. Here, the asphalt is so soft in some areas that an individual can slowly sink if he or she stands on the surface too long. In some places, one can put a stick through the asphalt and remove liquid tar. During the rainy season, the pools collect water, which becomes sulfurous due to the gases that are being released from the asphalt layers. Maxi-taxis, speakers, taxis and buses are available modes of transportation in the area. And this from the Ministry of Trade. The Pitch Lake is located in southwest Trinidad, situated in the mid-western peninsula bounded by the Gulf of Brea. The lake itself is known for having magical healing properties, and many visit it for a relaxing dip that provides rejuvenation. Its growth in popularity has attracted many locals and tourists throughout the years. The Pitch Lake, being the largest of its kind, is proudly maintained by locals. The villagers also maintain the eco-friendly environment and keep the legacy of the lake alive through storytelling. The lake is surrounded by a variety of flora and fauna, from tall lush trees to small hedges, leading the path of the lake and beautiful birds. Alright. That's the info I have for you. Where are we right now? So we have passed Club City, I believe, to the right. And we're still headed on South Trunk Road. Going forward then, Brea Street ahead and to the left, Brea. Afro-Trinidadian is ahead on the left, where people shop for a lot of cheap clothing. The prices are very low compared to others. Sign ahead also says going 14th Street ahead, Alice Street north and south across the junction where we are approaching. So although the report says that Brea is the hottest place in Trinidad, we see we are here on a most overcast day. So, not good for, not the ideal for a video long, but nevertheless we have to work with what we have. Just to give you an idea of the channel and what it is about, we do travel below over Trinidad and Tobago so far. We haven't done one in Tobago as yet, but we will. So, straight ahead, 114 Lucky Street, across left and right. Yes. So we timestamp most of our videos. At the bottom of the video, from the screen, you will see a month and year, which is most relevant because after some time the actual date doesn't really matter. How it is at the month and year would matter. So both of you are looking at how the place is at a certain time would see, for example, in this video, how this place was in May of 2026. Also, you will see our present location, and that's at probably middle of the screen of this review. In other videos, it's to the side, and that present location would see what road we are on. And also you will get some information on why we are doing this drive. For example, today in driving from Debe to Brea. Okay, on the left is various streets, and I believe we are now on the southern main road. Southern main road. There's some. This was the southern main road before they upgraded it to be 2-lane on one side, highway, quote unquote. On the right, you're going to see the Gulf of Brea looking not at its best today because of the heavy overcast. And right now we are on Mosquito Creek. On the left, there's a lot of mango trees. And this was a 2-lane road some time ago, but they upgraded it. And here we have, after some while the upgrades there, road caved. The sea came in and we are in the process of repairing it. Yes, I see heavy equipment there, so I guess some sort of work has been done. There used to be a lot of accidents here also, and this road used to be flooded from the area on the left, which is their Old Butch Lagoon, I think. We are back on the double lane. Yes, at the end of this stretch of road, we now have the cremation site and Show of Peace on the right, where more formal Prime Minister Mr. Basti Bandi was cremated. On the left, as I said, the Old Butch Lagoon and South Butch. So the rains were here some time ago. It's not raining right now, but it was. Right ahead we have the Butch Bridge, the Golconda Bridge. This year that we're passing over, and the Golconda River. It good in all river, sir. It good in all river. Down there. And a little price supermarket. It seems to be a very popular, large and popular supermarket in the area. Show of Peace cremation site is on the right and the roundabout. We will be heading in towards this Brea on this roundabout. We are still on the southern main road. Southern Main Road to Brea is on the left. And I think that's where you want to go, to the Southern Main Road. The Golconda Road is to the left, down here to the right into the Southern Main Road. It says San Fernando is to our right. Southern Main Road is straight ahead. So we are on the Southern Main Road right now. And essentially popular cold soft drinks, etc. is on the left, the factory is on the left. I believe we have somewhere near the home village at the moment. But wait a minute, then yeah. All right. So the roads are wide, but they're not particularly smooth, as you can see. Which brings me to the point about the smoothness of the drive. Now you may be fooled by thinking that the roads are very, very smooth, but that's because the camera is set to smoothen out the ride. Because you wouldn't want to watch a video where it's jerky and you can't make out anything. And it would be very frustrating to look at the video for that. But if you want to get an idea on the bumpiness of the road, you can look at the bottom of the screen where you can see the edge of the vehicle. Once you see it shifting, bobbing up, bobbing and leaving, you know that shows you get an idea of the bumpiness of the road. So pretty soon we're going to be in Afro village. There are no signs, so I cannot see where the village starts, the way it ends. So the village after this is Rosilak, and then Point Door. You can get this idea of the village from there. So I know this junction is very confusing because the Southern Main Road is actually to the right. And if you go straight, you're going to be on Monte Zero. this video, if you compare the homesteads with this video, you will see that this video there, houses here closer together. Whereas in Brea, the houses are split apart with much more land space to each house. So, have you ever been on this side? What I experienced was from this area. Has it changed much? I think for me it's basically the same except for getting there. With the new highway to Point 14 along the roads, our access to the area has changed. Along the roads are to come here is a bit different. As I said, this is the situation as of May 2026. The sun is trying to peep through. I hope it gets through and we have better light for the video. Whenever there's the idea already, and we'll see how it goes. Now, as you may have noticed, I don't really speak too much on these videos. I just don't like rambling on unless I have something essential to say. And people seem to like to have someone speak on these videos, which is not my natural way of doing things. So I'm a person of very few words, or action, less words. And so for this motto for this channel is less talk but more talk. Less TALK and more TORQUD. But times change and we adapt to the situation. We are not done with so. Some of the videos will still have just full natural song. And if you prefer a full natural song, you can see so in a comment. Don't be a silent majority. So are we in Labyrinth or are we not? Are we there yet? I am not. There is no sign I was set. They know that Brea Junction, which is coming up. Yeah, I believe. No, not yet. If you want to see or know where villages are, you cannot depend on road signs from a relevant ministry. I don't know which ministry is responsible for that, but what we have to do is to look at businesses. Some businesses may see that their shop is like Brea Auto Supplies or something like that. So you know you're in Brea. Other than that, there are few signs, if any, on any area that Trinidad, which is really on jurisdiction. That's my opinion. Sometimes sometimes I point out cases of worship on public spaces. If I can, if its sign is readily or easily seen, we are usually using the metric system. When I was in primary school, we weren't using the whole imperial system. So for me, I can use both the whole system and also the metric system. All our examinations were in metric. I use the metric units. So we see Roussillap United here, so I guess we are in the Roussillap College. I'm very interested in that up from Roussillap United, so thank you, Roussillap United. And seem to have a teak. Street near on left, teak trees and many teak plantations all over Trinidad. They please send to drive through. That vehicle that just passes a 7-seater taxi. Most of the taxis here are shared taxis. Used car, used engine, or used car park there on the right. another hill where you can see way into the distance. So I'm supposing we are still in Rosilap village. And the speed limit here, as you can see from that sign, was 50 kilometers per hour. Road signs are in metric. It's a school on the right, I believe. And the gas station on the left. So if you are planning a trip down here, you can refill your vehicle at Rosilap, I believe we are in right now. Oh, definitely there is a petrol stop or gas station on this road. Sun is keeping through with makes an interesting yet on the wet roads. So as we get closer to Brea, we see the road shifting and see really bad roads like just here. And I suspect, yes, I think we are in Brea at the moment. The roads here are very susceptible to shifting. This is the famous Brea junction. All those signs, those blue faded signs are direction or villages sign which are not properly maintained. Yes, we are near to the pitch lake and we're going to drive down and let's have a look at the pitch lake. I'll show you some pictures I took. And if you have made it this far into the video, thank you for viewing. Please don't forget to give us a like, comment please. How to best press the like button is really free. There's no harm in it. Do not have to pay anything except 1 or 2 seconds of your time. I will help the channel very much if you do that. Shop on the right is delivering LPG. Most homes in Trinidad use LPG gas for cooking. We can see some froth on the road in addition to the water, maybe from the tar on the road. This is not normal. Various MP at May 2026 is Clyde Elder, and we saw on the sign on the right. This is for future reference. And we have arrived at the pitch lake, which is straight ahead. The road continues to Brea and Point 14 on the left. And here on the left is the ministry's official office where you can get the official guides to take you on the tour. On the left you can see the pitch lake. We can drive down and park where you can see the guy on the right is stopping me to do all. Once a car me on a tour, and Not sure if he's an official guide. So, more drinks on the right, and views of the lake on the left. Yeah, right there, but then the fruit right. I had to put in the fruit right because the road is very rough. High four-wheel drive, not low four-wheel drive. Just to be, I just felt like doing it. I wasn't necessary, but right on the left you can see Brea of the pitch lake has now been covered with green. There's still a lot left, I think, but I don't know if many of you may remember in the past those areas that are green will probably dark with pitch on it. So I'm going to in here and we'll have another look at the pitch lake. Right, so here you're just seeing the pitch lake, Indo-Trinidad, South Caribbean. This is our famous pitch lake, a lake of just asphalt. It is a finite source, so at some point in time, the asphalt will be gone. As of May 2026, this region here at Library. Once again, folks, thanks for viewing if you made it this far, and see you in the next video. Thanks for viewing. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until the next video, bye for now.